Panda Pump, I see that. All right. Listen, I am TW Dawson, the CCO of Punk Panda. I am excited for all people come from all parts of the world for this corporate update. We are excited. We are going into a new phase of Punk Panda, and I am so excited to introduce our president, Marcus Schumert, to explain to us what is going on in Panda World. I know you guys have been waiting for updates. We're getting closer and closer and closer to that 1 million mark, and I know you want to hear the updates on that. So Marcus, please take it away, sir.
TW, thanks for the wonderful introduction, and thanks for blessing us with that beautiful panda pink t-shirt. I love it. So guys, today we're going to go through some new announcements. So make sure you're paying attention as we go through this. Anyone who's watching the recording, go right through to the end, because we actually have at least 4 brand new announcements that I know you guys are going to be interested in. So let me push up the PowerPoint presentation to get into tonight, and we'll get this moving. The key points we'll be talking through is a new staking program and the current options, so you can get clear in your mind what the different options are. We're going to give you an update on the Panda app. We're going to talk about the recognition of people who are introducing new members to the Panda app. Just we want to clarify and solidify what the right process is to get the best support from customer service. And we'll be doing our first announcement, which I guess this kind of ruins it. But we're going to talk about our first NFT OG collection. So stay tuned for that. That we'll finish off with at the end. So in regard to the Panda app, the Bentley really starting to roll out very smoothly now. We're seeing that in the number of new accounts coming on board. We do have another 40 to 50 new features that will continue to roll out. We do have a new update pending in the App Store. For some reason, Google used to be a lot faster than Apple as far as pushing new updates into the Google Store, but they've really been lagging lately. So what we'll likely see in the coming couple of days, we'll see a new Panda app into the iOS store for Apple users, and then we'll probably push out an APK file for you to download from the punkpanda.io website, just because, again, Google Play is lagging. They're not giving us problems and denying anything. They're just super slow at pushing new updates. So as far as the app's concerned, we're really pushing the numbers now. We've actually just hit 900,000. The official count yesterday was 886,000. And we're actually just working on a little countdown clock that you'll see in the next 24 hours that will go on to both websites, where you actually see the live number of new registrations and Panda app users. You'll see the total for the day and the total for the actual whole database. And, you know, from day one, this has been a community project. So I just want to encourage everybody to really work together and really push for this 1 million mark. And why is that important? It's important, number one, it was a goal that we set as a company. And the reason we set it as a goal to hit that 1 million in the first year or less, and we're going to sort of beat that 1 year mark, we'll do it much earlier. But the reason we set that as a benchmark was because when we looked at the top companies in the different verticals where we will be bringing services to the market, you know, we looked at WhatsApp, we looked at Viber, we looked at Zoom, we looked at Dropbox. And we looked at those companies and what were the key things that they all did that we could use as benchmarks for ourselves to also be successful and to follow in their footsteps and potentially even eclipse some of their results. And what we found was one of those key benchmarks was every single one of those companies had 1 million users or more after 1 year. And that kind of seemed to be the launch pad for those companies to go from 1 million to 300 to 400 million over the next 3 to 4 years. So we are really tracking on pace for a massive success here with Punk Panda if we can do that. So I would encourage you guys, new registrations really are not having too many issues at all. So even if we had our existing members go and introduce one person each next month, that takes us to 1.8 million. We know not all of our users are active. Some people are kind of lost their way because they've got frustrated through the time, and we understand that. But for those of you who are watching this and you're active, you know, go and push out a message to your top 10 friends and say, hey, this app's still in development. It's exciting. You can earn tokens. It's private and secure. Jump on board. So use it, share it, own it. Let's focus on that share it part right now. So the latest build, as mentioned, not only is coming into the app stores, but it has fixed our #1 problem, which was a data syncing issue. The main reason that was happening was with our first beta version of the app, when you registered, it did not ask you to enter your name during that registration process. You could go into the Panda app profile and add your name if you wanted to. So that was actually causing the syncing issue with the new Bentley app. When you log in, it was get stuck on please wait while because your data is syncing, and it was actually looking for your name. So the techs have been able to put in chat member for those people who have those fields blank, and that has fixed the problem for 99% of people. The only people we've seen having an issue with that now is if someone's got like a really old version of a phone. We are looking to try to rectify that. But in the meantime, I suggest if you can to upgrade your phone. If you're on like a Android 6 or an iPhone 6, you're in a tech company. So if you really want this to be part of your future, at least get with the present so you can then be a part of the future. We've added a cool new feature for convenience. When you go to punkpanda.io, you click on Panda Pals, you can log in and see your Panda Pals details. Right on that dashboard, you can see the total number of Panda Pals now. Well, I apologize for that personally. I didn't realize that everyone's having to go through and add up the numbers for all their 12 levels, which is ridiculous. So I didn't realize that wasn't there already. And it was a quick thing to put in there. So that's something that I know will help a lot of people who are focused on their growth. As far as customer service and support, we've really streamlined that now. So to the point where the first point of call really should be to go into the Telegram group, the Telegram community, because we have really knowledgeable, really patient and helpful moderators that are manning that Telegram channel 24 hours a day. So it doesn't matter where you are around the world, you can go in there in a fairly timely manner, get an answer to your question, or get directed to a document or a support document that gives you the answers to what you're looking for. If for whatever reason they can't assist you with your question, at that point, they will suggest that you send an email to support@punkpanda.io. So that's really been improved and streamlined, our customer service now. And that's probably the all I'll cover on that one. As far as recognition is concerned, Albert, I might just hand over to you to explain what you're doing here. Now, this shows last week's details, and Albert, you can talk about how you're determining who these winners are and where we are at for this week with that as well.
Okay. Many of you have just seen that I recently posted in the Telegram group that we will not pay out anybody that's using any sort of bots. So last week, these 4 people, they were not using bots, but we had suspicion this week that there were people using bots because of similar emails and things like that. You saw the post in Telegram. If not, go read it. So right now, we're not determining this week's winners, but these were last week's winners. And, big congratulations went out to Rennie. He is doing incredible. He had 4,224 personals. And in addition to that, there was a gentleman from USA that had 497 personals, but I awarded them an extra $100 because they had thousands and thousands in their 12-level growth. And then what we are doing every week is we're just taking one lottery winner from 30 or more, if you have 30 or more personal enrollments. So there's less people in that group, and we go through and we randomly pick one person that had 30 or more, and they'll win $50 every week. And this will be every week, and the winners will be announced every single Monday. And then we take one lottery person from 15 or more. So the 30 or more would be included in that too. So you'd have less of a chance of actually winning with 15 or more. And then we actually pick one person that had 2 or more, which would include everybody that's in there. So last week's winners. So 5 of these 7 people have contacted me and have got their winnings. And we're actually going to be doing a Zoom call with them. And they're going to share their experience of what they did and how they achieved this. And then we'll be making some more announcements on some different things that we're going to be doing as far as we might be limiting personal enrollments that can come in per day and things like that to make sure that it's not technology bringing in fake accounts. We don't want that. Yeah, it would make us look really good in the short term. But if you guys haven't noticed, we're not doing anything here for short term. This is a long-term project. We have 14 years left on the mining, and we're doing this and we're building it the right way. And that's the way we're going to continue with. Yeah, in the short term, does it make us look great that we had all these fake accounts and everything? Yeah, until somebody takes a look and says, you know, over half of your accounts are fake accounts and stuff. So we've actually had more than 900,000, but what we've done is we've actually deducted off what were considered to be bots and accounts being suspended and stuff. So congratulations and thank you for all of you that are doing this and doing it the right way. And that's the way we're going to keep this community. So let me pass it back to you, Marcus.
Yeah, thanks, Albert. And, you know, I just want to reiterate that, you know, people are being rewarded for sharing the app and bringing on new users anyway. You know, that's our basic business model, is to reward and thank people for helping us to grow the database. But this is something that we're doing just as additional and on top of that. And as you can see right down the bottom here, if you have just 2 personal enrollments for the entire week, it puts you in that extra lottery, you know, to win an extra. Actually, the ones dropped off the bottom here, Albert, was it $15? Yep.
15. Yep, yeah. It's $15. Yes.
So that's kind of cool. That's like you know, earning yourself 50 ppm right now. Oh, there it is, $15. So I want to clarify the staking and reward options that we've got running right now. So the first one is, if you have the Panda app and you're sharing that and you're using the app, you're automatically earning tokens from the smart contract every 30 minutes for having tokens that are automatically staked in the Panda app. And then you've got every 30 minutes, you're earning tokens from your Panda pals, right? So, but from a staking perspective, those tokens in your app, they're locked, they're being recognized as stake tokens. The more you have, the more percentage of that staking pool you're receiving every 30 minutes from the smart contract. Then we've got people who have participated during the pre-sale before we launched the token. They've purchased tokens through the Panda Farm back office without to log into the account. And again, those tokens are locked based on the vesting schedule, where a certain amount are released over a 17-month vesting period. So those locked tokens are also receiving extra PPM tokens every 30 minutes from the pool that's allocated to the back office for those people who are staking. So every 30 minutes, you're receiving more. So last week, we released what we believe to be an extremely exciting program, which is the Bitcoin staking program. I'll talk more about it on some coming slides, but in essence, that's also a back office, private, invitation-only offer where people can stake, purchase and stake a certain amount of PPM tokens, but the rewards they get either monthly or quarterly are coming to them in Bitcoin. All right, so we're really excited about that. And actually what we believe will be happening is not just from the community we have, but I really can prophesize that we'll see a new organization come into PunkPanda, or one or more, that maybe have been doing something that's not going so well, or unfortunately, maybe it's fallen over. But these people are looking for something to do where they can not only earn rewards for their own tokens staked, but they can earn affiliate rewards for referring other people to the program. So I really feel like there's going to be one or more significant organizations come in and are really going to push that and really push it through the roof. Now, the final thing we're going to talk about is that when we released the token, we had our DeFi farm. You could go to punkpandafarm.com, you could stake tokens, you could harvest them, and we've got an exciting update and a bit of an adjustment to that, which we really feel is going to be a winner to really help to support the token price going forward. So as far as the Bitcoin staking program is concerned, that was pretty simple. We released it. If you went in and to the back office, clicked on Bitcoin staking program, if you bought $1,000 or more of PPM, staked it for 1 to 3 years, you could earn anywhere from 8 to 33% per year in payouts received to you in Bitcoin. So that was pretty much buy $1,000 worth of PPM at market rate through the back office, choose to stake it for 1, 2, or 3 years. You would also choose, do you want to receive your rewards either monthly or quarterly in Bitcoin. And it would actually show you a calculation of how much you'd be receiving in total, and also in whatever your monthly or quarterly payments were. So you could see in advance what your returns would be before you actually go ahead and lock in that decision. So we obviously are going to pay people a larger percentage if they're choosing quarterly payouts versus monthly. So this example is based on somebody staking $10,000. So if someone staked $10,000 worth of PPM for 1 year, in total, they would earn $1,200 in Bitcoin rewards throughout that year. All right, that's if they were choosing quarterly rewards. If they chose monthly, they'd get $800, right? And right through to 3 years, where you can earn 26 to 33% annual interest based on choosing monthly or quarterly. So that's an exciting program. You know, a lot of people are nervous in the market right now. So people are looking for something that's simple, something that's hands-off, something that's solid. And that way, people are not just aligning themselves with our project, but they're aligning themselves with this Bitcoin halving schedule, because we're kind of sitting here right now during this phase where Bitcoin's kind of doing nothing really. But over the next 18 months, as we move towards that Bitcoin halving in April 2024, people can start to accumulate Bitcoin through being involved in this staking program, and their dollar cost averaging themselves into the market while it's quite flat and quite low. Because historically, what we've seen is every time there's been a halving, there's been a massive upswing in the coming months after every single halving of the last 12 years. You know, I think the original one back in 2012 was like a 600x, and then it was like a 500x, and then it was like a 25x. So a lot of the top analysts are suggesting that the next halving could see the Bitcoin all-time high go potentially 6 to 8 times higher than before. So we're really in alignment here. But what we've done is we've introduced a new activation offer. And we did this for 2 reasons. And it's an option where people can participate through not $1,000, but $250. Now, the reason we put this in place is because some people want to promote this program as a way to generate those affiliate rewards for themselves. But they're not in a financial position right now to put $1,000 in to be qualified to earn those affiliate rewards. So this $250 option allows a lot more people to get involved and start promoting this, even if $1,000 is a stretch for them. Now, there will be one difference between, 2 differences for those who are involved in the 250 versus 1,000 or more. But the 250 gets you in. You can choose the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. The first difference is that if you choose this 250 plus, anywhere between 250 and 1,000, your rewards will be paid to you annually. So if you choose 1 year, you'll get 1 payment at the end of that 12 months, right? Instead of monthly or quarterly. If you choose 3 years, you'll get 3 payments at the end of year 1, year 2, and year 3. So, and again, you'll see what those rewards are. So we're excited to offer this to the community. I hope you're excited about it, and I hope it helps you to promote the program as well. Because through promoting this program, not only are you locking up PPM tokens that we believe are going to grow over the next 1 to 3 years for sure significantly, but obviously you're accumulating the Bitcoin throughout that time. But on top of that, if you're in promoting this, we have an affiliate program that will give you rewards paid out 3 levels at 10%, anyone you personally introduce, 4%, 2%. These are paid out in real time. They're paid out in PPM tokens that you can go and sell immediately on the market if you need to liquidate those. We're also paying a team growth bonus of 4%, where we look at your growth on a monthly basis as well to incentivize you to assist your teams down past that 3rd level. So you can introduce as many people as you want. All of the details are here. The main update is $250 minimum purchase when you buy your PPM tokens in Ethereum, Tron, BNB, or BNB Smart Chain. Now, we did have the cutoff as October the 1st for anybody who to place their order to be eligible for those these rewards. We're going to extend that to October the 15th. So the first commissions will be paid on the 15th, but we're giving you until October the 15th to get that minimum $250 order in to qualify for any rewards in your first 3 levels as well. All right. So that's something that we really think can help the community. The next thing is really cool. Anybody who participates in this staking program will get full access to the Panda Academy. In fact, we've got almost all of the 20 modules edited. I've been going through them myself. There's so much cool content, valuable content. In fact, yesterday, just from the 4 videos I watched yesterday, I went and did 2 things myself that I should have been doing that I just hadn't done. So it already showed to me the value of the education. One of them was around security for myself, and the other one was around an action I took to create profit for myself in the space. So anyone who's got $1,000 or more in the staking program gets free access to this first set of modules. Anyone who's got 250 will not get access to that, because this program, when we release it, has value, and we'll talk about what that pricing is when we release it in the coming weeks. Now, as far as the Panda Farm, this is significant. Actually, just before I do that, Albert, do you want to say anything just on that $250 trigger level for the Bitcoin staking program before we get into the Panda Farm?
No, and also extending to the October 15th, because there's still, you know, we have so many people registered in the back office farm, so touching almost 100,000. A lot of people still are not aware that their people are in there, and that they're in there and have placed orders, and the leaders don't know about it yet. So we feel October 15th is a nice date, and this is going to be able to allow the masses to get involved. It was one of the things when we were talking to the leaders, they said, could you just have a program that would be a little bit lower? But the logistics of sending out 12 Bitcoin payments that small, or even sending out, you know, 3 or 4 of them every year. So we came up with this program to allow everybody to be able to be engaged in this program, which is, it's a wonderful program right now, because if you're collecting the Bitcoin before the half-life, you know, many analysts are predicting big things on the next bull run, whether it be a year and a half from now, whether it be 2.5 years from now. But it all goes back to one thing. Anybody that's ever held Bitcoin for 4 years has never lost. And so we're looking forward to this program really kicking off. We have some companies that are looking at this, and they've had problems with the down market, and they're thinking this is one of the best programs that's out there. Ours is not going to make it, so we're going to come over and do the Bitcoin program with you guys, which is being backed by the messaging app. So we're very excited. It's going to have a big future, and it's another long-term program. This is a program that's going to be running for the next 2 years. And I'll let you have you already did the Panda Academy. Anybody that does $1,000 or more in the Bitcoin staking program, you're going to have free access to everything in the Panda Academy for the future.
Very good.
So let me turn this back to you.
Thanks, Albert. That's why I love you as a business partner, mate. I say, you want to say anything? You say no, and then you talk for another 5 minutes. You're always ready to jump in at the drop of a hat. So guys, you are going to see the Panda Academy very soon. What we're going to do is we're going to give you everybody the first 4 modules for free, so you can get a taste for the presenters, who they are, what their background is, and then the first module of content, so you can get a bit of an idea of the value, and then make a decision, if not just you, but people you put this in front of, about the content moving forward and the value that comes from this. So the Panda Farm, you go to punkpandafarm.com. One of the things we've noticed in hindsight, and it's been a lot affected by where the market is right now, we've released the token, in a down market. A lot of people said, you're crazy doing that. And we said, no, listen, we've promised the community we would list. So we listed. And we've been affected as far as token price, like every single token. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum's down. If they're down, it's a pretty good effort if you're going against the trend for any period of time. But one of the things we noticed is that when a DeFi offer hits the market, quite often what a company will do is they'll give a really large amount of tokens into that pool to incentivize people to come in early, and to really get attention on the project. And for us, we were happy to do that, but because we had no lockup periods for the staking, it kind of really did hurt the token price, because what we've seen over the last 2-3 months is, people have gone in, they've bought tokens, they've staked them, and they're harvesting and selling them pretty much on a daily basis. And so they're really just selling free tokens, and it's been contributing on top of the market slide to the token price. So what we've done is we've made a really important change. where anybody on the front end of the farm going forward who wants to stake or farm tokens, they'll need to choose a lockup period for staking. There's going to be no more hokey pokey in and out any time of the day. So staking, for example, you'll get 3 options. You can stake for 90 days, 180 days, or 1 year. All right. So in this example, someone's connected their MetaMask. They've gone, right, I want to stake 100 tokens. So you can enter in how many tokens, or you can just click the preset 25 for 100. Albert, you might want to just mute your mic there. So staking, you get to choose those 3 options, periods of time. With the staking, depending on the time lock, there's 3 examples here. It's not a set percentage because there'll be a certain amount of tokens that are allocated to those 3 different staking pools, the 90, 180, and 1 year. So those rewards will be variable, but the longer the time lockup, the higher the percentage. So just as an example, 8% lockup for 90 days, 15% lockup for 180 days, 24% locking up for 1 year. So again, those percentages will vary, but the longer the lockup, the higher the amount will be rewarded for people participating in that program. The same with the farming. You're going to have those variable rates, but this is kind of how it's going to look. So what you'll see when you go onto the farm moving forward is the old offer is still there. So any of you that have tokens in the liquidity pool, any of you that have stake tokens, you won't be able to harvest and restake, but you'll be able to actually unstake, right? Because there will be no new rewards coming. So that'll sit there, that's fine, they're all safe, but there's going to be no new rewards coming from the old staking program. What you can do is click unstake. That will put not only your capital back to your MetaMask, but any pending rewards that were sitting there ready to harvest, those will also come to you into your MetaMask. Once they're there, then you can choose, okay, do I want to go and farm and stake or stake with the new 3 options that we're providing. So the last thing for today, I'm excited about, I'm going to hand over, it's just a little first tickle into the NFT space. I'm going to hand over to Albert to talk about the OG collection, which is live and ready to go for any of you who want to own some of the OG pandas. So Albert, I'll hand over to you, and I'll stop sharing so you can share the screen.
Okay. And what I want everybody to understand when we start showing you this is simply a collectibles items. This is not going to be involved in any future games. It's not going to be involved in any future applications. These are just simply collectibles. There will only be 100 of these. So these right now, and we'll put the link inside the Telegram group after this call, is that these are collectibles just for artwork, and there will only be 100 of them. Right now on OpenSea, everybody can see this, we have 71 items. And you'll notice that many of these are going to have 5 of each. So here's a number 1, you can see it's designated by the patch right here, number 2, and this is our 5-star general. We're not expecting to try to go and sell these right now. We expect these to sell more as the years come, as the PunkPanda messaging app, as we develop our Zoom Panda Meet and the Panda Academy. As more fame comes, then people are going to want these collectibles as souvenirs. So right now there's 71. So I'm going to scroll through this. So we have the 5-star general. Then we have the Panda Professor. It's 45 Ethereum. And you'll notice that there's more ranking, and we're waiting for OpenSea to actually give us our rarity charting. We believe, in comparison to what other things that we've seen on OpenSea, that our rarity is going to receive a very, very high level, that these are going to be considered very rare because of the artistic work that's done in these. This is one of the greatest artists that we've ever seen as far as Procreate, and she's the one that's created all of these images for us. So the 5-star general starts at 30 Ethereum. Then the 2-star, number 2 is 25 Ethereum, then 18 Ethereum, and it scales down to 3 Ethereum. Right now, Ethereum is very low price. So if somebody wanted to grab one, this would probably be the time to do it because it's based upon the Ethereum. Then there are 2 Panda Professors. There's one with the board, and then there's one without the board. There's only 1 Lily. Lily's a character that you don't know much about, but Lily's being designed. She's the girlfriend of a guy that's in the sports fantasy for Panda 11. So she's actually with the Panda 11. There's the one NFT of the 6 together. Then we have the Panda app, messaging app. And once again, you'll notice that on every one of these, that there's a plain background because this was the original image that was ever created. And then we have the one standing on the portals. So once again, the number 1 is 45, and it scales down to 3 Ethereum or 5 Ethereum for the number 5. Then we have Panda 11. Once again, we have the plain image. Then the one standing on the portal scales from 45 Ethereum down to 5 Ethereum. Panda Profit, same thing. Plain background because this was the original image that was created, and then standing on the portals. And once again, none of these characters are going to be used inside of a game. There's only 71 of them. There will only be 100 max. There's still approximately 29 more that will be added in the future. We've given ourselves room for images that may or may not be created. And also the logos will be put in here. We're deciding on which logos to actually put in, and the logo for the Panda Legends game. So then here's Panda Vault. And once again, every one of them has their plain background, and then they start with being number 1 through 5. And we're waiting for the OpenSea. OpenSea is now doing a rarity charting. And so that rarity charting helps people find images and artwork on OpenSea that they consider to be much more rare than others. And I can tell you right now, we're gonna receive a very high mark as far as being rarity. So I'd shown you the 5-star general. Then we had big plans. There was going to be an application for this, but because we created them, this is going to be much better. So we have the 4-star general, 3-star general, and you can see that the generals, because they're not an actual application, they are actually the commanders that oversee all the other applications. And you'll see how that will come into play more and more in the future. They're the ones actually leading. So the 3-star generals, and once again, the number 1 start at 30 Ethereum, and they scale down to 3 Ethereum. And it goes all the way down to the 1-star generals. So once again, there's 71 images. There will only be 100 max ever. So you can be assured that if you do purchase one of these, simply as a souvenir collectible, as a piece of artwork, and that's it, because understand that they will have nothing to do with the game or the applications in the future, other than they are collectibles. So just wanted to make you aware of this. They are listed now. We didn't want people going there and just finding it. Once again, we're expecting these to actually start moving as the project gets more and more famous. Okay, so with that, Marcus, I'll turn it over to you for any final thoughts, closeout comments, anything.
Okay, yeah, Albert, one more thing while you got that screen up. If you can just scroll down to the Panda General, I'm not sure if you touched on this, but you'll notice they're all standing on a teleportal. And, you know, the number 1 general actually has full power. You can see not just the number 1 on his chest, but yeah, down the bottom of that teleportal, It kind of goes from like a battery and red right up to green. So the number 1 has full power, and then it drops down the number of bars that are showing with the lower ones. So, you know, this is kind of like we've built the art gallery in the museum. We've got all the paintings, the NFTs hanging in there in OpenSea, ready to go. But you know, we know that you know, most people are going to start coming to this as the project becomes worth more and more and more. And this is a bit of a flex for people in the online world who, you know, are in a financial position where they kind of want to show off and kind of go, well, listen, I own number 2, and someone comes along and goes, boom, I own number 1. So yeah, we're excited to put those out. And, you know, going through the process of listing these NFTs, we've actually learned some really important things about how to do this. And without saying too much, we've it's allowed Albert to work with a couple of his staff on a new service that we'll be providing for people who are really into NFTs as well. So I won't say any more, but that's a new service that we're excited to bring in the coming months and weeks as well. So with that, I want to say thanks, everybody. Albert, thanks so much for today. I'll hand back to TW for any closing thoughts. And again, you know, just recognize that obviously the app is still evolving. For anybody who says I can't enroll people, well, I'm not sure how we went from 550,000 to 900,000 if nobody can enroll anybody. So it's exciting. It's exciting growth. We're moving forward. And, you know, like watching your hair grow, if you're looking at it every day, you might think that it's a bit frustrating. But, you know, in where the market is right now, I see a lot of projects not only appear to be doing nothing, but going backwards. Every single week, we are progressing and we are moving forward. We're getting bigger, we're getting stronger, and we're rolling out more products, more services, and the ones we've got are getting better. So I'm excited. I'm really grateful that we're able to continue to push forward in this market and consolidate so that when the next bull run comes, we've just not sitting there going, oh, what do we do? How do we get a piece of this? We're already positioned. We've already built the foundation. We've already got the networks. We've got the services to take full advantage of what's ahead of us. So thank you to everybody in the community. Thank you to all of our Telegram moderators who are just so patient, 24 hours a day, monitoring that Telegram group. And we've actually got something coming in the merchandising space that I want to say a big thank you to Ronye, who's been working on behind the scenes. That's super close. I can't wait to get that out probably on the next update. So with that, TW, hand back to you. Albert, maybe you can stop sharing screen so TW can get his Panda Pink shirt back on the screen.
All right. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Albert. Listen, guys, everybody, community, we are excited. We're almost there. This is going to explode. You can't be in a better place at a better time than right now. Look at the long-term vision of this program. Look at what we've done. We've overcome so many obstacles and we've gotten to a point where now we can see the road ahead. Be patient, leaders, be patient, continue to share, continue to use it, continue to own this app. And we'll all have some special things for the holidays. We're coming up with new things, as they said already. And guess what, guys? We can't do it without you. We can't do it without the team. We can't do it without our leaders, Albert and Marcus. This is a project for the community, for the people, by people who are used to being in the community themselves. And now we're giving back to the world as far as this program. Listen, guys, this is a long-term deal. Look at it that way. Study, educate yourself, become a panda maniac, all right? And understand that this right here will change your life if you utilize all the resources that we provided. Listen, guys, I want you guys to unmute yourselves now and just say goodbye. We'll see you guys very soon with more updates. We love you guys. God bless. Everybody have a great evening.
Yes, God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, PunkPanda. Thank you. Good.
3:41 a.m.
Bye. Goodbye.
Report.